Minutes.
All right, Sunday, 27th, dumbest 30. We took last week off, but we're back to you now.
We are back.
I think we are currently looking up what we are celebrating today.
It's A-Rod's birthday.
Okay. Shout out to Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah. Apparently today in 1940, Bugs Bunny was introduced.
Oh, shit. Happy birthday, Bugs Bunny.
This is also 1965. President Johnson signed the bill requiring cigarette makers to print health warnings on cigarette packages.
Ooh.
And the first Titanic wreck expedition began in 1987.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like 7 years after it fucking happened. Wasn't it like the 19 teens, Titanic?
Yeah, but I think that's years later. We'll look it up. Hang on.
You said 1987 is when they took the first look at it? God damn.
Well, like maybe being able to go into the ocean and look at it.
Okay.
Titanic. It sank 1912.
Okay.
So like 50-something years later. It's also National Scotch Day. If you like Scotch, I'm like on the fence about it.
Try it out.
Yeah. If you like peat, peat's the big thing in Scotch. It's National New Jersey Day. So shout out to Jersey, those people that I got to meet. My home for 2 years. Glad to be back in Chicago. It's Creme Brulee Day.
Ooh, I do like a good creme brulee.
Also, National Parents Day. So, fourth Sunday in July is the National Parents Day. So, I guess it's today. National Korean War Veterans Armistice Day.
Shout out, Grandpa.
There you go. Also, that this is for something in the future. Okay. I don't know. I got some weird thing generated from Google. So you can't trust AI. I think at the end of the day, sometimes you cannot trust AI, especially if you're in school.
Still do your homework.
Do your research. Do not just copy and paste what ChatGPT or Google AI or whatever is giving you, because it could be wrong. Like, it just gave me a date for May 28th, 2026. And we're nowhere near there yet. So that's interesting. So utilize ChatGPT, but don't go by everything it says.
Yeah. I have one more to add into special things for today. This is my 1 year anniversary of making those workout videos.
Holy shit. So 365 days. You've done one every day.
Every single day.
So at least 365 videos on YouTube.
Yeah, probably more than that. Well, just because once I started breaking off and doing a video for YouTube and then videos for Instagram or
so it's Facebook. More.
So yeah, I've done more than that. But I just mean that in the sense, like, I'm just proud of myself. Every day I stuck to it. I didn't stop.
Damn, that's more than a habit now.
Oh yeah,
it's like your lifestyle.
It's like part of my DNA. Like, I feel like my DNA has changed. Like, it's like I have to do it.
Now, do you know which video is what number was the one that you went shirtless on?
No, I don't. I know the exercise, but I don't remember. Or it depends, because when I was doing them at first, I was just like recording in my backyard. I had a few where I didn't have a shirt on. I always went nipples up, so nobody had to see anything. But
okay.
I would get some weird DMs or comments like, "Oh, are you shirtless?" Like, "Oh,
yeah,
wow, I am." But like you couldn't. It's like collarbone up,
right?
But you could tell I wasn't wearing a shirt, obviously.
Maybe there's a thing for that. There's Feet Finder. Maybe there's like clavicle collarbone finder.
Yeah. Hey, if I could make money doing OnlyFans collarbone videos,
wow,
I got some solid collarbones. I'll take it.
There you go. You could always, that'd be one way.
Yeah, but I think it had been like a month ago, because we had started doing this video. We started doing this.
Right.
And I remember it was the day after that we recorded in here, and you brought up that I finally went shirtless.
Oh, yeah.
So it had been maybe 4 weeks ago was the first time. And I was doing those, it was TRX Pikes and Running Men.
Right, yeah. Yes, I recall the video. Yeah, so you did at least 300 videos before you went shirtless.
Yeah, good point. Oh. I didn't realize that's what you were getting at. It was the day that Eric graduated. Because I
Oh
remember
yeah.
I did the wall ball workout myself. I remember I was just like a sweaty mess. And
Right,
then,
right.
but yeah, whatever day the Duke graduated was the first shirtless one.
The Duke, yes, yes.
But yeah, so that's been cool. I'll probably make a video on that tonight, or probably like a longer one. But Eric Miller hooked me up with this one woman. Shout out to Jessica. But I had like a hour-long Zoom call with her, and she's a marketing person,
Oh
and
wow.
she works with like Jacob Hepner and Scott Panchik. She's worked like she was in charge, or like her team is in charge of like his social media stuff like that.
Oh.
So I don't know. He's friends with her because of UR, and he had lunch with her one day and was like, "Hey, I'd like to connect you with this girl Jess. She's really cool. About like maybe she can help you, or maybe you can help each other." And then couple like a month or two down the road, she sets up a Zoom call with me. She lives somewhere in Southern Illinois, and so I was telling her my background. She's telling me hers, and she gave me a lot of good feedback and tips on everything I was doing.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, it was like I really felt good about it afterwards. But she was telling me like I should explore more of that space a little bit more too. It's like so I told her I make a video every day, and I just decided to just do it. Like I didn't care how bad they were. She said I wish more of my clients were like that, because a lot of them has to be perfect. You have to do this, and this. And she's like, honestly, you could probably get a lot of views or talk about that alone, or talk about how it all started, and maybe that's enough to inspire somebody to go to the gym tomorrow or do whatever. Because uh, those first 2 weeks or so of making the videos is like every day I didn't want to do it again. Like I just wanted to quit. I'm like, oh, I feel stupid. I feel embarrassed. Like, what if people don't like it? What if nobody
Right,
watches
right.
it? Like, every single thing that rushes through your head was rushing through my head every day.
Oh yeah.
And
What
then
in what 21 days to make a habit or something?
something like
So
that.
you got to hit it every day, like making your bed
Yeah.
every day.
And that was exactly it. So I remember I couldn't tell you there was a specific one that I started not feeling that way, but I do remember like the first time somebody complimented a video or said something about the video, um, like a member, like out of nowhere, and they said they liked it, and I asked them if they wanted anything different in there or what I should talk about, and they said no, I like it, just keep doing it, and that was pretty much all it took for me. Like flip the switch where I'm like, okay, I should keep doing this. Like people like
Right.
it, and then whenever the studio started reposting them, and I started getting more followers, more people watching them and liking them and everything, I was like, all right, we're off. Like this is it.
There you
So
go. No, that's awesome.
yeah, it was. I remember first time I did the video, because remember you were the only one who texted me this, and this is like such a. It was a cool. It's gonna sound douchey, but it was such a cool feeling. I recorded that video a couple days before. I was scared to look at it, but I was like, I'm just gonna post it. I posted it just before my 5 a.m. class started, like at 4:59. I clicked post, started the class, just ran away from the phone. I was such a nervous fucking wreck. And when I finished my shift and I finished the 3 classes that I coached, you had texted me at some point and said, "Hey, dude, the link doesn't work in your story."
Right, right.
And all you could think was, I looked through and I saw how many people viewed my story, and you were the only person who said the link didn't work, which means you were probably the only person who tried to click on it.
Right.
There might have been other people who did, but nobody was willing to tell me the link didn't work.
Right.
So I was like, the quote, like, nobody cares, work harder. But like, I don't think of it as like, oh, you're being a pussy, you just work harder. But in my head, I'm like, I posted this, it's been out for 4 hours and nobody watched it. And like, it wasn't like a bad thought. It was like, oh, I'm fine. Like, I didn't die. Nobody blew up. Nobody's like anything else. I'm like, Brian told me the link doesn't work. I got to work on it. So like I made another link, or I did something where the video was there, and then just went with that. And then, but that was like a good sobering thought, where it's like, in my head, I think I was thinking like, everybody's going to watch it. Everybody's going to think it's dumb. Like, nobody fucking watched it. It's been for 4 hours. Everything's fine. Like, everything's fine. And so, I could see people maybe going the opposite way with it. It was like, oh, nobody watched it, I'm just going to take it down. But I was like, oh, I'm good. I'll just keep it up there. If somebody sees it, cool. There's more classes.
Right.
Yeah, it was really interesting starting it though, because I think it took like 3 or 4 days before other people started to comment or message me like, "Are you making videos now?" It's like, yeah, I've been doing it for like a week. And I remember like when Becca texted me like 2 weeks later, she's like, "Are you making videos?" I'm like, "For the past 14 days, yeah." And then it just like kept turning in to more, where I was like, all these people who like I know follow me or have like see me regularly didn't even know I was putting videos out. So that kind of helped too, where it was like, okay, I can keep doing this, and like it's not like the whole world is seeing this, even though it feels like you're being seen.
There's potential. It's on the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
It's there.
But yeah, then that's just, as you know now with these videos that we make, it's like you think everybody's watching it or you think everybody's going to see it, but it's like it's actually a fucking challenge to get everybody to watch.
Right. It's very
any
sobering when you see the hours that have, the viewing hours. You're like,
yes.
Well, this is like 30 minutes and only, there's only been 45 minutes of view time.
Right.
I can't watch it that many times.
Right. And that's exactly what it is. It's just like, it's very sobering and humbling to realize, like, yeah, to get yourself out into the algorithm or get people to watch it or get people even care past the first 10 seconds.
Right.
Man, it's cool. But I would have never thought this would, like, that I'd be doing this a year ago. It's insane.
Yeah. I was like pleasantly surprised when I saw it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was cool. What went down wrestling wise this week?
Well, I think everybody knows by now, but Hulk Hogan died.
Yes.
So I'd say
R.I.P.
Probably just focus on that. I guess with wrestling, SummerSlam is next weekend, 2 nights, so that'll be good. Cena versus Cody Rhodes is the main event.
Oh,
promising to be a better pay-per-view, better main event than WrestleMania was, because a lot of the fans were not a fan of how that ended. Another thing, like Travis Scott came out during the WrestleMania main event. I don't know. Have you seen any of this stuff on that?
No, I just heard he's like done with them, or they're done with him.
He was supposed to be, Jelly Roll is Randy Orton's partner against
I saw that.
Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre, right? So that celebrity was supposed to be Travis Scott. So whatever happened, he decided to. He just doesn't like it anymore. And one of the background things that I heard was like Travis Scott wasn't taking it seriously at all, or like maybe the training he was doing was not going well, or as easy as he thought it was going to be. So he just stopped trying, and they're like, "All right, fuck this, you're out." This isn't like an "I told you so," but I just remember the first time that I heard that he was going to be at WrestleMania, and maybe the week before he had a concert, and Triple H showed up there with the title belt and gave it to him at his concert, and he was supposed to hold it up. Yeah. And he held it up, and Triple H is waiting there, like puts his hand out to take the belt back, and he just like kind of throws it on the floor. And I remember seeing that video, and just like he did it in a disrespectful way, it seemed like. And then on top of that, like then Triple H is like trying to like pick it up off the ground around him and everything. Like the whole scene just looked bad. I was like, this guy doesn't have respect for the business, like in any way. And so I'm like, I just don't see this going well. And I just don't think anybody liked him in the first place. Like I don't like wrestling fans. I'm sure there's humans out there that like him. He's a big star, but it was just whatever. So now we got Jelly Roll, who turns out he's been a huge pro wrestling fan his entire life.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
kind of tracks.
There's a bunch of interviews that he's been doing lately, but he went out last year. I forget if Bert Kreischer was out there at the same time, but he choke slammed Austin Theory out in the middle of the ring. Look good. He comes back and he looks at Triple H. He goes, "I want to do this. Like I don't care what it takes. Tell me what I need to do. I want to do this. I want to have a match. I want to do blah blah blah." And somehow the two of them came up to the conclusion. It's like, okay, if you lose another 100 pounds, I got you. Like you do your end of the work, we got our side of the work. And since then, last year, Jelly Roll's lost another 100 pounds, and he's been training for this match that's been coming up, and he's been doing great. Like the 2 or 3 things that he's done before. The last couple of weeks, he's been doing awesome out there. Like you could tell he knows how to work the crowd, and the timing is there. I think he was on like Stephanie McMahon has a podcast called Stephanie's Places. I think she has another one too, but she interviews a bunch of different people. Right. And she was interviewing him, and he was telling his story about. He's like, I think I love this more than like I love like performing or singing. Like I'm like so it's like so different than what I'm used to. So. Might see a lot more of him. It's like saying like Bad Bunny was the same way. He came in and fucking killed it. Bad Bunny's in Happy Gilmore too. It's hilarious that he's the fucking caddy. Like, he just acts like such a dummy. Or like he looks like he's dumb almost, but he's like right. It took me a minute before I realized like that's Bad Bunny. Are you kidding me? Right. Him and then like Logan Paul's another one where it's like these guys come in and they're just like you could tell they take it seriously. And now it makes people like Travis Scott look like fucking idiots.
I feel like you have to, like, it's not a joke. Like, regardless of people's views on it, like, you have to take it serious. Yeah. Because especially when they're wrestling, like, you're not taking it serious. That risk of injury is, like, probably through the roof to begin with. And then you don't even trust the guy if you can't, he's not respecting it. And you're like, fuck that,
exactly. And then the other thing, I feel like the common thing I hear them say is like it's so much different because it's always like live television. You're in front of a live audience, so
Right.
it's not like you can. It's not like you just say, "All right, cut. We'll do this again." It's just straight up like, "No, you fucked up. That's it. We got to roll with it now."
Yeah.
And so um, that's the one thing I think I've heard a lot of them say. It's like it's a lot different, and then also how you're moving, your movement throughout it. It's not a real fight, so it's not like you're just like pouncing on top of the guy. There's this showmanship to it that isn't very realized, but like how slow they move when they do a finisher and they're sitting there for like 20 seconds. To us, it feels like a few seconds, but to them, it's like probably feels like 20 minutes that they're waiting before they go cover the guy or do something. And all these little things have their psychological value to the match that get people sucked in.
Right.
But yeah, super interesting stuff. So it's always cool to see celebrities on there when they take it seriously. So they've had a bunch in the past where you're like, what the fuck is this? Like, why? Like, why the fuck are you
right?
But yeah, the big wrestling story that was just Hulk Hogan died. Fucking crazy.
It was a pretty rough week.
Yeah, Ozzy.
As
well.
Hulk
Ozzy
Hogan
was on Raw once.
I've seen some clips.
Yeah.
So like Big Show was talking to him. Yeah. Was that it?
I think it was him and Sharon. I think the two of them were on. It might have been the whole family. I think the whole because they did a whole year where every Monday Night Raw there was a special guest host.
Oh, okay.
It's like Bob Barker was it one time, and then yeah, and so like, anyways, when they went through that whole year, they'd always have some section that they did. And some of them wanted to get involved with it. Some of them just did some backstage stuff. I want to say like Ozzy and Sharon and the family, they just did backstage stuff.
Well, I saw a clip where they were doing like it was like WWE's Got Talent.
Yes.
And the guy is like popping his pecs to Crazy Train or something.
Yes. It was Chris Masters.
Yeah, so that was pretty funny.
Because then there were people like Hugh Jackman was one of the special guest hosts, and he loves wrestling. He's a huge pro wrestling fan, so he went up to the two wrestlers like, I want to do something. Like, I want to be in the match. Like, what can I do? And I literally just heard this story. Dolph Ziggler was in the match, and essentially, like, the match ends with Hugh Jackman punching him in the face. And Dolph Ziggler is telling the story. He's like, okay, well, we don't have enough time to train you to do this properly, or like sell the punch or anything like that. So you just have to punch me. Like, literally, punch me in the fucking face as hard as you can, or else it's going to look shitty. You're going to look bad. You're going to ruin me. You're going to ruin everything here. And like basically said, he laid it on that thing. He was like, you don't understand. Like you like maybe you'll hurt me, but you need to in order to make this like look good.
Right.
And so Dolph Ziggler's known as like an overseller. Like he goes like crazy. Like he'll do like a backflip when somebody clotheslines him. But anyways, at the end of the match, Hugh Jackman comes up there, throws a punch, like really laid into it, hit him and everything. It looked good. Like it looked like he really punched him. But even then, it looks weird because you're used to like the fake punches that they throw.
Right.
So when you see somebody actually punch another guy, you're like, oh shit.
Right.
You know? Anyway, sorry, that was. But yeah, that's the main thing with wrestling. With wrestling. Yeah. Then we were talking about Ozzy.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. He just had his final concert and then
like
dies.
3 weeks before, a few weeks before. Yeah.
He'd gotten everything he wanted out of life, right?
Yeah, I would assume. Yeah, true. They like that. Yeah. He was like one of the first group. Well, Black Sabbath was like one of the first groups that I got into in regards to like rock, heavy metal from my mom. Mm-hmm. She gave me one of the CDs. Maybe it was honestly maybe I'm Paranoid. It was there with like I also got the Chronic and AC/DC. So yeah, I was allowed to burn them, and I had to return them back to their respective places. Like the Chronic, I'm pretty sure to this day is still in her car, ready to go on CD when she wants to listen to it. But yeah, and then from
the original Chronic or
yeah,
okay,
no, the original.
Gin and Juice. Yeah, was on that album or was that on Snoop's album?
I think that's Snoop's album.
Okay, sorry.
But she also had Doggy Style, that CD as well. So I had that burned when I was younger as well, and that had to be returned. All the CDs I borrowed had to be returned. Van Halen was there, like I said, AC/DC, everything. Steve Miller Band, more rock than anything else. But all the original stuff from her. And then, just kind of took off. And then just over the years, I was like, Ozzy Osbourne, Blizzard of Oz, all that stuff. And then in our group chat, when the Duke, was like right after I texted you that I saw it.
Yep.
He had passed, and then she had said, "Oh, I should get Brian's 10th grade photo out." And I hadn't thought about it since then, but I took like a yearbook photo with like my Ozzy Osbourne Blizzard of Oz T-shirt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, wow, I wish I still had it. I probably would fit in it. It's probably like an extra large.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hit me pretty hard. I was sitting in the onboarding thing for work, and I was like, damn, I didn't think this guy was going to go. But what's cool is with Instagram, like in any like Apple News or whatever, like seeing these things I never saw before. So those interviews with him, or like learning these things. Some of them are pretty funny when he's like high as balls on like pills or whatever, which obviously not a good thing, but it's pretty funny to watch. Yeah. So it like brought some joy, I feel like, because every day I'm like, wow, that really sucks. Not that I like ever expected to meet this man at any point in my life, but
he had an impact on you.
Yeah. Like, 100%. So
same, I'd say with like Hogan for me. It's like you almost forget how much, and then like you think about that, like 10th grade, I wore his shirt or whatever. Like I think after Hogan died, my mom sent me this like collage of pictures of me with my Hulk Hogan wrestling buddy, my toys. There's probably like a dozen pictures of me doing this when I'm a child and everything else.
Right.
It's like who I wanted to be, and I've grown up since then. I still always loved Hulk Hogan, but it's like same thing with the social media where it's like now you're seeing all these videos, you're seeing like all of his best takes and everything. Like shit, I remember exactly where I was when this happened. I remember this. It's like fuck.
Right.
Very intertwined with your life.
Mm-hmm.
It's like cool. Like, I didn't expect to meet him, anything like that, but it had an impact on me.
Right. No. Yeah, there's I know there's at least one audiobook, like autobiography, I want to say, of his. Ozzy Osbourne. I don't know if Hulk Hogan has any. I'm sure he does.
I read it.
But I'm like, I want to listen to him just to, just to get that, better sense of, learn something new about him. Cause like, there's not much more new stuff that's going to come out.
Oh, right.
Not that we expected it from him.
But that's the thing though. And I'm bringing Johnny Cash into the conversation. But after Johnny Cash died, motherfuckers, he had like 6 posthumous albums coming out.
Right.
Because like he just recorded so much when he went with Rick Rubin, that there were just so many things that were unreleased that they just hadn't finished up or whatever, and then they just come out of nowhere. So we may end up seeing more Ozzy stuff, or like something that maybe he did randomly and somebody has it, or the production label has it. It's like, okay, well, let's put it out there since he's gone.
Yeah. I think
there's something cool about that though. You kind of hate the idea that people don't care as much until somebody dies. Like once you realize it's gone, like the value of it like blows up. But it is cool to go back and look and reminisce, or I get to know that human better.
Right. Yeah. And like, a good amount of their stuff, Sabbath and his like did occur before we were born. But like, I remember when I found it, and like, not necessarily I remember exactly what I was doing when I was like, holy shit, this is Crazy Train, or, Bark at the Moon. But like re-listening to him now, because I jumped on that bandwagon, started re-listening a little bit more this past week. I'm like, oh yeah, this is why I like this stuff.
Growing up, I was never, I just wasn't introduced to Ozzy Osbourne or Black Sabbath or anything. So growing up, I didn't even like know who he was. But I just remember like when I started to hear new music or hear songs that were like good. And this is before LimeWire, before like other, apps where you could figure out what the song was. Like I would just hear the song, like, oh, I really like that song.
Right.
And I just remember having the realization, maybe when I was a teenager, but when I started being able to realize what the songs were, I'm like, oh, it's Black Sabbath. Oh, it's Ozzy Osbourne.
Right.
Oh, it's like literally like almost every song that I loved that I didn't know the words to, or I didn't know the name of it, always ended up being Ozzy somehow. And like that's why I remember like Paranoid for one. Like I remember hearing that like over and over again. I never knew what the words were. Never knew anything. I couldn't tell you who it was at the time because I just wasn't into that. Like I said, my parents never really listened to it. But then when I finally found out it was him, I'm like, oh shit, okay. And then, it just stemmed on from there. Probably say the first song I ever heard of his was Iron Man. That was because it was a wrestling theme song for the Legion of Doom. So I knew that, but I didn't know much more. But oh shit, there was another point I was going to make with that. Oh, I remember. Lemmy, Motorhead. He had a documentary made on him, and I remember James Hetfield
Mm-hmm.
from Metallica. I want to say he's the one who's quoted saying this at some point. I don't know if he said in that documentary or something like that, but I remember him on some documentary, and it had to have been about Ozzy. But it's like everything that was ever written or performed is just a copy of Black Sabbath. Like they like
Yeah.
any chord, any riff that's been done, like they did it first. Like if you and he had some way of saying it where it made better sense than just that, but it's like essentially they've hit like every basic guitar chord that you can hit and use it in a song. So anything else that you could somehow trace that song back to something they've done, whether it's
Yeah, they were
up or
the
masked down, but
pioneers almost, or honestly, for heavy metal, I would say.
yeah.
Even and Tony Iommi is the guitarist, and that dude's just a machine. And watching some clips from that last concert, just watching him play, you're like, "Yep, that's what fascinated me when I was like a teenager."
Yeah.
Or even I don't even, maybe I started listening to it before then, but yeah, no, it's something I'm going to keep listening to. Continue to work my way through their um, whatever it's called, their discs.
Anthology.
And yeah, got Spotify for a reason. Why
Yeah.
not use it?
Fucking works.
So
Yeah, I feel like Ozzy's one of those guys, much like Lemmy too. Like he was himself through and through, no matter what other people thought. For some reason, that always like stands out to me. Like didn't matter. I don't think it mattered what group he was in or who was interviewing him.
mm-hmm.
You kind of knew exactly what answer you were going to get from the guy.
Well,
There's
right.
like something very that um, that genuineness, that genuinity, whatever the word is. Like there's something about that I just always respect. Like draws me to people. Like when like it doesn't matter what else is going on. It's like this person's going to be this person.
Right.
I don't think anybody's ever called him a sellout. He's never.
Yeah,
I don't think
so.
there's ever like because I know like with Metallica they did that where it's like what they started making some more like pop songs, if you will, compared to their first stuff. And it's
or mainstream, yeah.
But I don't remember that happening. I don't recall a time or seeing anything of people complaining about Ozzy being that way.
Yeah, no,
definitely not Lemmy. But it's like all those guys, like in that sense, I love that shit.
And then they had the Osbournes, the TV show,
Yes.
which it was like it was new for the reality TV, and they kind of set the tone for like recording famous people in their house, supposedly.
Yes. That was before the Kardashians, correct?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Hogan Knows Best
right.
also did it shortly after. Gene Simmons' Family Jewels. I remember but those were some like the big ones that were coming out first. But I'm pretty sure like the Osbournes might have been like, I feel like that would have had to been like the first one. It had to have happened after Real World.
Mm-hmm.
But like once that started to pop off and people realized they like watching a camera in a house.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, why wouldn't you want to see what the hell Ozzy's going to do?
Yeah, I remember watching that when I was in like high school or whatever. Like I didn't care that it was like some dumb show. It was like I get a little bit more of Ozzy Osbourne now on cable television. So,
do we have a time check?
I'll be honest, no, I forgot to set it.
Okay.
I have no idea where we're at time-wise.
I'll go check really quick. We did talk for a few minutes before we clapped. 37 minutes.
So we're probably right around 30-ish.
Yeah. All right. Anything else going on?
I start week 2 of work.
Yeah, how was week 1?
Week 1 was awesome.
Okay.
When you said the thing about making the videos and being nervous at first, but then you realize like after a little bit, like this is what you should be doing. I feel like that was the gist of what you were saying.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Like I knew in school, like that, like solidified, like, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be. Right. Don't get me wrong. I love coaching. I always want to coach. That's like part of my DNA. But, further purpose wise, I feel like being in the medical field in ortho is like my second calling, for sure. And, honestly, it hit. Like we were in the OR on Thursday, did one total knee replacement, and I was just like, I could get behind this with, following the doc, for as long as I can do it for, which is cool. And I like, not necessarily that I really did much in regards to the replacement, because obviously the doc does that all, but being a part of that team and helping and all that stuff, it just felt good. And I'm like, I want to be able to do more and be more proficient. So it's like, it's this challenge that like I could eventually, get better at. And by no means do I expect to be better at it or the best at it in weeks time, but it's definitely a thing to work on for years and years to come, which is just cool. Like, so I'm excited. Like I think every day I came home, I was just like, I just couldn't shut up for like 20 minutes to my parents about it, and Sarah. So
that's a good marker.
Yeah, I'm like excited this week. I won't be in the OR on tomorrow because I have to do something else for the hospital. You got to pay your dues orientation wise, but I think we're in the OR again on Thursday, which is cool. And then even working with the patients in the clinic is, I don't want to say rewarding for myself, but just provide relief when needed or helping to figure out a plan. It's awesome. Like I feel good being able to help people and, being part of this team, which, I can't ask for more. So I think honestly, like between going to school, the group of guys and my other classmates and stuff, and the teachers and my rotations, like for the most part, we're like where I needed to be for that good atmosphere, right? And it has just continued on even more so with this job so far. So yeah, I'm like excited. Yeah. So
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Worked your ass off for it.
Thank you.
Should be happy.
Yeah. And it's here. It's not in another state.
Yeah, even better.
Yeah, and it's in this area. It's not in Rockford. It's in the western suburbs. So, which is cool. Like one word to describe it is I'm just excited. So,
good.
Yeah, we'll see where it keeps going.
Yeah.
Hopefully, once all the orientation shit is done, then I don't have anything keeping me out of the OR. Which, yeah.
All right.
We'll keep that going.
We'll check in with you next week and see
if
it's still there or if you're done with the orientation shit. But yeah, until next time.
Until next time.